What's going on, guys? My name's Cam. I'm back here with another podcast episode. I'm here with the man himself, Mr. Flip Flop. What's going on?
What's going on, y'all? Mr. Flip Flop in the building.
Yes, sir. So we're here in Sosua at Mr. Flip Flop's Sports Bar. So if you guys ever down here, check it out. He got all the games on. Football season, come here, especially on Sundays. Yes, sir. So let's start from the beginning. I think a lot of people see your videos. I've seen your videos, and they're just kind of wondering about who is Mr. Flip Flop, who is Greg.
I'm just from young guy, not young anymore, but young guy from Southside Jamaica, Queens, New York.
Yes, sir.
Been coming to this country for 18 years now.
Wow.
Living here approximately 15 and a half, give or take. Been in business in this location for about 7 years and been doing business in this country for about 10 years.
Okay. So starting from the beginning, tell me a little bit about your upbringing, like how you grew up. What was kind of your pathway to get here?
Well, as I said, I'm from Southside. Grew up in the 80s and 90s. So, you know, I hate to say it, but the crack era.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Deep inside of that. And just, you know, we was in the hood. I mean, one of the biggest things I could say is I made it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas a lot of guys don't. I made it out. It was a struggle. It was difficult. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of grinding. But one thing I never did was sit still. You know what I mean? People talk about me traveling the world, but I traveled pretty much all around the United States back in the day. So I'd say that traveling saved my life before I had a passport, because when I would go out of town, people thought I was in jail. Seriously, I just go to different towns. But see, if you was in North Carolina, I'd go to North Carolina. I go to Florida. I go to I just go different places. So I disappeared for a while, and I think that might have saved my life, me just getting out of my neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then when I got a passport, that made it even better.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've got a passport. I could see more things and do more things and get more experiences. So my upbringing kind of led me to explore.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Wanting to leave my neighborhood, wanting to see different things. Like I said, it wasn't the greatest, but it led me to where I'm at, so I wouldn't change it.
Yeah. Okay. And another thing, your last stream or 2 streams ago, I heard you say you bring up your dad. So tell me about your father's upbringing. You said, "Hey, listen, Big Greg." I think you said your Big Greg, right? Big Greg. He told me to go outside. I got to go outside to fight you.
Hey, so I had my dad around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I had my granddad. So my dad and my granddad were very influential in my life.
Yeah.
My granddad was into a lot of stuff. You know, he was kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
But he was well respected in New York, as my dad was. And you know, when it came to handling your business, you didn't have no choice when it came to Big Greg. You know, one thing about him was, because he had so much respect and he carried himself the way he did, he expected his kids to carry themselves the same way.
Exactly.
So when it came to anything in the street, fighting, like I pretty much fought all the time.
Yeah.
He wasn't trying to hit it. Let's go. We got to handle this. You know, one thing I learned, and I make jokes about it, but I learned, like where I'm from, we'd be like, let's go handle that. Yeah. I got that from my dad. You know, it's something here. Let's go. You got to handle it. I'm a kid. Let's go. I'm like, let's go. What, you ain't going to handle that for me? Like, no, you got to handle that. So yeah, my dad was super influential because when he instilled confidence in me and my sister. Yeah. He stressed that, like, no matter what people say or think about you, you are number one. Be number one in your own mind. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And if you believe it, you'll make it happen. Exactly. So Big Greg was very influential as far as not letting me be down on myself, never listening what anyone says, and always following through what you're gonna do. And hard work. I definitely got my work ethic from him and my granddad. Yeah. Just, you know, I probably work too much, but I got that from them.
Okay, understood. And why did you choose the Dominican Republic? Out of all of the other countries you could have been to, why this one? Why'd you choose this?
I'll be honest. I didn't choose Dominican Republic. It chose me. I'll be honest with you. Like, I can't lie to you. Yeah. I had no plans on. See, one thing about you see when I said it yesterday. I freestyled my life. Like, I really freestyled. I had no plans on living here. I did not. I'll be honest with you. So I've been here. I've been living here over 15 years now. Wow. I don't think I realized I was gonna stay. Like, this was gonna be it until maybe 12 years ago. Wow. 11 years. That's when I kind of was like, I ain't going nowhere. Like, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them things where, like, it kind of chose me. Everything fell into place. And then I said, you know what? I've never been a type to sit down in one place too long. Yeah. That comes from growing up poor. Like, we just moved everywhere. Exactly. But I chose here, and I said, yeah, this is it. Like I said, I don't think I chose it because like I said, it chose me first, and then I said, this is the place I want to be. Okay. You know,
can you describe your reload? Like, how would you relocate here So what was kind of the process? Were you looking for apartments? Just kind of give us like a brief summary on that.
Well, previously I had been coming here like once every other month, sometimes once a month.
Okay.
So I had apartments here.
Yeah.
All right. So I would like get an apartment here, get an apartment there. Check out different locations where I wanted to stay at, just to see different things all around the area.
Yeah.
So I would keep an apartment for 6 months at a time here. So, you know, even when I left, I still had the apartment. Then I come back, it was my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
So I had been slowly but surely moving, and I didn't even know it. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of a process of me just enjoying myself, and it ended up me actually acclimating myself to moving in.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it happened. It was just a month at a time. Then I did 60 days and 90 days and 6 months. So it was just me constantly being here, not realizing I was going to live here. I'm just on some, let me enjoy life and relax.
You were kind of letting it flow.
But I acclimated at the time, I didn't realize I'm acclimating myself to it. I didn't know. So it was kind of just fell into place, you know?
Yeah. And how long did it take for you to like make the sports bar? Like thinking of the idea and then actually going forward and opening the business. How long did that take you?
Well, actually, I had 2 small lounges in Puerto Plata. First one did amazingly well. Had an issue with the owner, but everything went left, so I left that. Built another one with a friend of mine. That actually did pretty decent. Then we went through this crazy rainstorm where everything just went bad for like a month. So it hurt, obviously. So we closed that up. I've got multiple cafeterias around the country, mainly in the Campos. And I just dealt with a lot of Dominican business people to learn, you know, because one thing about this country is, and you know that being here, if you do a profession back in the States, it doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna be good at it here.
Exactly.
I was a personal trainer and worked for a healthcare company in the state. I'm not doing that here.
Yeah.
Okay. So I never did bars before. I learned all that on the fly, figuring it out. So I had an idea to do something with someone else. We had a construction going on, but for some reason, the owners of the actual land kept having legal issues. So we backed out, and I said, you know what, something else will come along. And sure enough, this location came along. And funny story, long story short, an old friend of mine from Minnesota was supposed to buy this. I actually brought him here to show him what I would do if this was mine. Yeah. Real talk. He had a heart problem and disappeared. So when my boy brought me over here, I go, no, my boy owns this. Because in my mind, I thought he bought it, but I just hadn't seen him in a while. He said, I don't know who your boy is, but nobody bought this. Wow. Come to find out, my friend from Minnesota had a heart issue, left. Wow. Just saw him 2 years ago, popped up. He said, you did it. Everything I told him to do, I ended up doing. But like I said, he disappeared. He said, no, I had a heart issue, but it kind of just fell in my lap, and it is what you see here now. Exactly. You know, great space. Everything kind of, I actually started with 3 TVs, and it kind of went from there. And we started just evolving from there. Just evolving from there. And more, I'm a sports guy. Yeah. I'm a sports addict. So for me, I know guys love sports. I love sports. So everybody can find a common denominator over food and sports. Like a no-brainer, because you're kind of doing your passion, but as well making money with your passion. Exactly. What were some of the difficulties in opening this bar and restaurant? Just the difference in cultures. Okay. Being American, you know, you got to deal with a lot of stuff. You know, business in America is not, I'm saying everybody's perfect in business in America, but here everything's hurry up and wait. Yeah. You know, if I pay you for a job, I expect the job to be done. Yeah. Sometimes it'll be tomorrow. And you know, those things you have to adjust to. Exactly. You know me, I used to get really angry about it because I'm not used to that. Because if you call me for a service, I'm about so here it's like, okay, and it'll just be what it's going to be. Yeah. But adjusting to the nature of, I have a system, so as long as my system is followed, everybody wins. Okay. You know? But getting people to believe in this, getting people to believe in the system is something that was one of the hardest things. I tell my staff from back when I had the Puerto Plata bar, you'll make more money on tips than I pay you if you follow my system. I agree. And they all, when they saw it, they were like, oh, okay. Yeah. So that was kind of the thing, getting everybody to fall into the system. I tried to have an American type service. Now, you know, as you know, service in this country, very different. Certain countries are just not that great. Yeah. But you know, I try to have an American type service. So that was one of the hardest things. Yeah. And then a lot of girls here, they speak English. I don't think any of them don't speak English. Like everyone here, I spoke. Oh, they're working on it, but they speak enough to get by to kind of like work with you. And that's one thing I require here. English. Enough English to get by. Yeah. Everybody doesn't have perfect English, so I can't expect that. Exactly. But enough English for you to get by. Yeah. And that just helps overall. And because you're talking about being an entrepreneur, do you feel like you always had that, or is that something you learned over time? I've always been that way. I'm a doer. Like, you know, a lot of like one thing about me, and I try not to disrespect nobody, but a lot of people talk.
Yeah.
You know, people they talk about ideas. That's great. We can talk about it, but what are we going to execute? Yeah. You know, my biggest thing is we can sit down and have 25 meetings, but if we haven't evolved from the meeting to the actual doing process,
we're not doing that.
We're not doing anything. So for me, it's like when everyone else is talking, I'm going, let's do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's not talk about it anymore. So, for me, I've always had that spirit because I don't want to wait around nobody, and I don't want to wonder where my next meal coming from. What my next, how am I paying my rent? I want to get these things going.
Yeah.
You know, so I've always had that about me. I'm being from New York.
Okay.
You know, you kind of got no choice.
Yeah. Do you think people are born with that, or is that something people can learn?
I believe you can learn anything. You can even learn to build your confidence. You know, it's just to the individual.
Yeah.
And what circumstances put you in a situation where you have no choice.
Yeah.
See, I come from a situation where I had no choice but to hustle, but to grind.
Yeah.
You don't grind, you don't eat. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So you learn the hustle, you learn the entrepreneurship, but then you got people who don't have that because things were given to them.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want no handouts. I don't want to give. I don't want to owe nobody nothing. So I go on my own. But you can learn it. You know, unfortunately some people don't learn it till they're back against the wall. Yeah. And actually it's funny because I'm at my best when I'm back against the wall.
Yeah, same.
It's one of them things. I guess it's from being from the hood. Like you put me in the corner, you're at my best. Excuse me. I'm actually Leonidas in the 300 by myself. Yeah. In the corner, like I'm ready to go.
It's funny that you said that because I was just with one of my relatives, and he said I work best when my back is against the wall. Because later we were screwed and we are trying to figure something out. 10 minutes. Call.
Don't worry.
Get the money.
It's done.
Call it.
Don't worry.
He just got it done.
Because you have to.
Exactly.
Have no choice.
Yeah.
It's one of the things where when you have choices and everything's on easy street, it's not that important. Yeah. But when things is crumbling down and it's snowballing, you like, I gotta get this done, and you get it done. There's people that fold and people that do it. Yeah. I do it. I ain't folding for no. We don't get it. Yeah. I don't get it done. So I definitely understand your case.
Yeah. So like me personally, I feel like some is born in you because I got 3 brothers, so it's 4 of us in total. And my dad always said, ever since you was a young age, you always had that entrepreneur go-getter. No, only me.
Only you. There you go. See,
my older brother, he went to the military and he kind of came back with a different mindset. But my other 2 brothers, you could just tell they just, you know, like me, I'm always thinking of a business. I had I had a newspaper business. I was going door to door selling the newspapers on the floor. 10 cents.
Everybody.
So I think it's more born in you, but it can be brought out in a certain way.
It's born in you as well. But like I said, you can learn it, but some people don't care to learn it. You know what I mean? One of the biggest things is, like you just said, you have it, but your brothers don't. Yeah. You were born with it, but they decided not to learn it.
Exactly.
I
see what you're saying.
I was born with it, but I also learned to do more. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? People there's nothing special about any of us that someone else can't do. Mm-hmm. They just choose not to do it.
Exactly.
You know, you can have a restaurant, you can do this, you can have a YouTube channel. You just don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. People say they want to do things, but then that's where the backlash and hate comes from. Yeah. You're mad at me because I did something you didn't want to do.
Exactly.
So I thought of it first. Cool, I'm doing it. You can do it too, but you choose not to.
And you never put forth the effort to try to do it and try to get it done. Because I get the same issues.
That's the biggest thing, the effort.
Yeah, no, it's hard to get up and go spend thousands of dollars to buy computers, phones, and stuff, and really want to try to do something and not make any money out of it. Most of the stuff I do, business wise, and you know this, I made $0 off of them. And I don't see that money maybe from 2 or 3 years down the line.
You are a very smart young man. I'm gonna tell you something. You want to tell your people this? Yeah. Amazon did not make a single dollar in profit for over 7 years. Yeah. Think about that. And Jeff Bezos went on one of the TV shows and they asked him, so your company makes no profit? He's like, no. And no one understood that. Yeah. Now it's one of the biggest companies in the world. Sometimes you got to keep investing in yourself to make it work. Yeah. And that's what happens. Okay. So just think about that. Amazon made no profit for 7 years.
7 years. Now it's a multi-billion-dollar corporation.
And Jeff Bezos, the funny thing is when they asked him about it, he had no qualms about it. He was like, no, we don't make no money. And everybody's like, Amazon's so big. We make no money. Don't worry about that. We're big, but we make no money. Yeah. They just kept reinvesting the money. Yeah. Until they got to the point where it was biggest thing around.
Yeah. And that's another thing. You got to have future sight or foresight.
Foresight.
See, like I have a lot of foresight. I don't see myself making money on certain things 3-4 years down the line. I'm just be throwing money at it.
You're putting the work in.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. putting the work in will allow you to be somewhere where you want to be. May not be in the timeline,
Exactly,
but it's going to get there eventually.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's not a single person around here. There's no such thing as an overnight success. I tell people it took me 10 years to become an overnight success.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
Think about that.
Yeah.
10 years to be overnight success. So people only see the finished product.
Mm-hmm.
The people that are watching now are here are riding with you at this moment.
Yeah.
When you blow up or get even bigger, then those other people that come, the new people, they've only seen the new you.
Yeah.
They didn't see the guy who was grinding before, spending all his money on equipment and doing all that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. And they don't see the interviews work before that even started.
They think, oh, this guy just came out of nowhere. No, he didn't come out of nowhere. He worked for it.
Exactly. And then another question, for someone who wants to move here, what is some advice you can give them? Like which city, or if it's your first time, what would you say to that?
The city's up to the person, and I'll tell you why. Mm-hmm. Each city, as you know, you move around.
Yeah.
Each city has its different pros and cons.
Yeah.
You know, I will say that the North Coast, in my opinion, has the highest concentration of expats. Mm-hmm. So if you just want to speak English to everybody, this is one of the places you want to be. Not just Sosua, Puerto Plata. Like I was in Puerto Plata when there was like 3 expats in the whole city. That's what it is. Now there's almost maybe 200 now. Yeah. When there was nobody over there, I remember if you saw an expat in Puerto Plata years ago, it was like, hey, how you doing? Now there's tons of them there. Yeah. So like Puerto Plata, Cabarete, Sosua, even Sabaneta to a point, they got a lot of expats over there now. So I would say that if you want to be around Americans, best place to be. A lot in Santo Domingo as well, but they're kind of spread out, Boca Chica and stuff like that. So the location is really up to you. But what I would say is have your money right. I see too many people come here, want to live the dream, and I respect you got to live the dream, and don't have their money right. Yeah. You know, no budget just have your budget. Have enough money to survive and so you know what you're going to do, or have a job. Mm-hmm. A lot of guys work from home now. Yeah. So you can make American money working in another country. Yeah. At the end of the day, my biggest advice is have your budget right, know what you're going to do, and don't come down here for the wrong reasons, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Come down here because you want to change your life. Don't come down trying to change someone else's life or other situations. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Come down here for your peace. Like that's kind of why I'm here. I'm here for my peace. Yeah. It had nothing to do with no one else, anything else. Yeah. No, I didn't plan on no business. I didn't plan on anything. The events, the parties, none of that was planned. Yeah. All that just happened. I was here for my own personal peace and then ended up staying. Mm-hmm. You know, so come down for your right reasons and have a good budget and you should be fine down here. Mm-hmm.
Now let's talk about the wrong reasons. So dating Dominican women, your experience, you've been here a lot longer than me, 15 years. So your experience with dating and the relationship wise, and you can't find a girlfriend over the weekend. That's what we were talking about yesterday. So just expound on that.
Well, I mean, a lot of people look for love, right? Yeah. People go to these countries, they want a girlfriend. That's cool. You can find a girlfriend. As I said, it's not that you can't find a girlfriend. There's no such thing as you can't. Yeah. Even if it's over the weekend. The issue is how you go about it, where you go about it. I would say where you go about it too. And understanding the situation. A lot of guys have decided, and women, don't get it messed up. Ladies come down here and do the same thing. Yeah, of course. Looking for love as well.
Jamaica as well.
Yeah, that's their Sosua. Just realize that you got to know people. See, what the difference with me? I'm a people person. Yeah. So I know when I study people. I've been doing it my whole life. So I can tell when someone, you may fool me for a second, but you won't fool me too long. Mm-hmm. But if you've never really been around people and got to know people and really been around like the good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful, yeah, you won't know this person's running game when you're trying to play hustle, stuff like that. So a lot of guys fall into that trap because, te amo is a very sexy word. You know what I'm saying?
They can't say that leche. You give me that leche.
It could be Latin. I call it Latin affection. Latin affection can mess a motherfucker up.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Male and female can mess you up because at the end of the day, some people have never had all that old poppy. They've never had that in their life. That's right. So when they get it, they don't know what. Like, I got this beautiful one. What?
That was something I had to because I grew up in Miami and I got family from here. I got family all in the islands, so I was used to this. So I can't imagine being from like North Dakota
and you never
Mississippi and coming here and someone says "Hola, papi" and touch your shoulder. Let me finish. My first time done. So that's something like you got to realize.
So lost yourself, signed over the credit cards, everything. You don't know what to do. So that happens a lot. Yeah. And I hear them stories daily. At the end of the day, it's just common sense ain't common. Yeah. I tell guys all the time, if you didn't have, I tell people when girls be touching guys and they get pickpockets, I'm like, you're not Denzel.
Yeah.
You know, if you were Denzel Washington and the girls ran up on you, or the young boy, Michael B. Jordan, and the girls ran up on you, I'm like, oh, I said it. Okay, he's Michael B. Jordan, cool.
Yeah.
But if you're not him, you're just a regular Joe. Why you think all these girls all over you?
Exactly.
Why you thought when you got off the plane, all of a sudden, all the women in America didn't run over you and start grabbing on, but these women did.
Yeah.
But take a moment and step back and think for a minute. You know what I'm saying? The peso say so.
Exactly. So someone who wants to come here, they want to find a girlfriend. What would kind of be your like 3 or 4 steps to get them to get a girlfriend or a long-time partner here?
It's only really one step. Take your time. Because that's the only thing that's going to tell the truth. Time.
Yeah.
Money's not gonna fix it. Money's not gonna make it happen. Matter of fact, when you introduce money to the situation, to the scenario, immediately you create a bank account.
Yeah.
You don't create a relationship. You gotta have Spanish, in my opinion. You know, I don't believe any relationship works with Google Translate.
Yeah.
A lot of guys got mad at me for saying that, but I said, I'm sorry.
I agree.
You're talking to a computer.
Yeah.
You're not jokes and things like that. Dude, like I like to joke and talk ish.
Yeah. That
doesn't translate if I gotta type it in and pass it to you.
Yeah.
The laugh is paused. You may not even get the joke by the time I've handed you the translation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, time.
Yeah.
In my opinion, a lot of people just rush. They want to jump in. They want to. All right. Okay. Simple. I'll give you my personal example. My girl I'm with now, who I'm probably gonna be with for, I don't know. We first got together. I didn't want a relationship. We were just having fun. And she mentioned on Instagram one time, she was like, it's wild how we were just on some, I didn't want nothing. Just have fun, let's go out, we together, blah, blah. And then it kind of gradually led into a relationship. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't supposed to be no relationship. No, it was supposed to be no strings attached. We just have fun. Someone I can hang with, kick it with, and have fun. Yeah. And it ended up, now we're going on almost 5 years. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I wasn't looking for anything. And then it happened. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So time is everything. Because I didn't, you got to find out who the person is that you're dealing with. And as I'm saying that to you, a lot of us don't take the time to learn who we're dealing with in America. Yeah. So, and communication. We don't communicate in America, let alone go to another country and do it.
Yeah, people don't understand you got to have like certain conversations, especially depending on what you look. And just be honest too. Like me, I got like 2 or 3 girls over here. I'm completely honest. Hey, listen, I can help you out this way. We can do this, but I'm just letting you know. Here's my
limits and here's what I can do, what I can do. Exactly. That's the realization. But other guys want to be married right now. See, one thing about men, and that's a whole nother video. Yeah. Men want marriage. Men
that's
commitment. Believe it or not, as crazy as we are, you got 2, 3 girls. Men want commitment. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now, I can't speak for women because I'm not a woman, but I've noticed that more men want commitment than women want commitment. Yeah. Men actually want to have, which is why sometimes guys rush into bad situations. Yeah. Bad relationships, toxic relationships. For some reason, we just want commitment. You know what I'm saying? So, and nothing wrong with that. It's just take your time with it. There's no reason to rush. Yeah. I was married once. Before I got married, I was with my ex-wife for 10 years. We were only married for 7 months. Think about that. Marriage didn't work, but we were together for 10 years. Wow. So
I hear that a lot.
I think sometimes you're married for the wrong reasons. It is what it is. But marriage kind of ruined the relationship. We had a great relationship.
And you think marriage, it ruins the relationship because now it's like an official title or something? Because I hear that a lot. I can't. In those situations, like people, like I had a relative, he was married, he was dating someone for 15 years. They got married. A year later, they got divorced.
It doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand it myself. Especially because we had such a beautiful relationship for 10 years. Off and on, but we had a beautiful daughter, everything was straight. Knew the passwords, everything. Like she was solid. To this day, we still best friends. Yeah. But got married and things just went left. I don't know. Like it was the weirdest thing. I guess when you put a title on it, that's when things we were already living together. Everything was like marriage without the paperwork. Yeah. Once the paperwork came, it just didn't work. I can't really explain that way. I don't grasp the concept. Yeah. But it
happens a lot. I'd never, because you see it all the time. Oh yeah, we're together since high school. Then they get married.
When we got divorced, we actually tried to get back together. The relationship got better after the divorce. Ain't that weird? Like I don't grasp the concept. To this day, we still cool. But once we got divorced, because I said, we gotta get divorced. This is finished. Yeah. As soon as that paperwork was done, I had the paper in my hand. We started dating again. Wow. So like it just doesn't make sense. You know?
Yeah.
So for me, marriage ain't never happened to me.
Yeah.
We can be common law. I'm good with common law.
Yeah.
Let's be like that. But that paper really just messed everything up.
It forced, for some reason, I feel like it forces something that wasn't there before when you finally put the ring on. So that's why I always tell like my family. So I was telling I'm like, I won't get married because I know what happens.
I'm not doing it again.
I'd rather date somebody and we're just lifetime partners like that. We'll be lifetime partners like that. Like we can be cool, but for me to actually put a ring on your finger, for some reason, expectations change. And like just it's weird. I've seen it so many times where people were just dating, got married, and shit was over in like 6 months.
It happened to me. And like I said, we tried to get back together after the divorce, which was later. I ended it because later on it became even weirder. Yeah. Because now I've got a whole nother situation, and me and her are still working on getting together. And I'm like, I've got to stop this. This is becoming too much. You know what I'm saying?
No, it gets after the juggling act. After a while, it's like, all right, man, this is
great, bro. We stayed good friends. Had a beautiful daughter. That's it.
Yeah, that's good. And the last thing is raising children in DR. What is kind of some of the benefits and maybe some things you don't like about it?
Well, it's very inexpensive here to raise a child. Not telling you guys to go just have kids all the damn time. Okay, a lot of guys, I want to have a kid in DR. It's cheap. No, bro, it's a little bit more than that.
Yeah,
but very inexpensive. All my kids go to private school, which is inexpensive in itself as well. Compared to what you pay in America, obviously.
Exactly. And the language aspect as well. They'll become bilingual.
Yes, all the private schools teach English and Spanish. So that's a blessing right there. Just, I mean, this one thing about this country is everywhere's got its good and its bad. Yeah. One of the biggest things is everybody's family oriented here, so I don't have to worry too much about my kids being somewhere
where they shouldn't be.
Where they shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? Someone's gonna you can leave your kid. It's wild because you can leave your kid on the beach. Yeah. Me and you could be talking and my kid could be running to the beach. I'm always on point anyway, but in this case I wasn't. And someone to make sure my kid don't go too far in the water. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what I love about being down here. Someone will take their time, but hey, you're going too deep. And,
where's your dad at? Where's your family? Yeah.
So stuff like that. Like you don't have to worry too much. You do got your negative side to it. Where you got creeps everywhere, so you can't control that. Yeah. But for the most part, people look after the kids. Everybody's straight. And like I said, my kids are doing great here, excelling out here. So I love that. Okay. So here it's kind of like I said, besides the money part was very cheap to raise your kids here. There's a lot to do for them as well. You know what I'm saying? A lot of events. Baseball's huge here. Yeah. One of my sons isn't into baseball, so I can't knock him. He's into the books. Yeah. That's all he cares about. But it's just cool down here. I mean, it's easy. Yeah. I will say that I've heard stories about guys dealing with the women. Yeah. Having the baby mothers back in the States and here. Guys, you got to understand something. I'm gonna be honest with this. I hate when I hear people talk bad about their baby moms or their exes, because at some point y'all were the happiest people in the world. Absolutely. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. You'll never hear me talk bad about my exes because at some point we were together. We were happy. We were shooting the club up, all types of things. So why later does it turn? It turns bad later because there's animosity. I have no animosity. Yeah. I know for a fact there's exes that still love me to this day, and I still got love for them. Yeah. But some of their animosity towards me is because they still have feelings for me. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. But I don't feel any type of way towards you. So what you got to do is as men, in my opinion, you have to let go of that nonsense. I even ask women the same question. Well, you were together for 7 years. What happened? Like, why was the 7 years so great and 2 years later he's a deadbeat. He's a piece of crap. What happened? You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of guys got to get past that. I've seen a lot of that. And guys ask me, I said, I don't have that drama. The only thing I have is one of my kids' mothers thinks I'm humongously rich Elon Musk ring seller. Like, it's just weird as hell. Like, she don't really stress me. She'd be like, you got more money. Yeah. Wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? Because
they know, again, my family, when I come here, because I'm here, listen, I fly to DR, I'm probably in DR maybe once, sometimes twice a month. They think I'm loaded. Okay.
It's like, you're just in Argentina. You're loaded.
I'm like, I just paid the plane tickets is the expensive part.
So they be like, oh, he rich. Every time I'm on the boat, you got another boat? Wait, I don't own the one boat, so where did I get another boat from?
Exactly. Coming, because sometimes when I go to Colombia, I fly directly here. And I bring back, the $30 Nikes and stuff for some of my cousins, and I bring them down here.
I know.
And when it comes from me, they think it's real. I'm like, no, I got this from Colombia.
He's rich regardless.
Yeah.
I saw something. I told Ronan this yesterday. I saw something online, and I didn't believe it. If you have $5,000 cash, you're richer than 50% of the world. Yeah. That's wild. Yeah. So that now I have a different aspect of when people say we're rich.
Exactly.
Yeah, we have more than most people, but if you only have $5,000, you're richer than 50% of the world. That's in itself says a whole.
They're not even making that. Some people not making that in a year.
You understand? Yeah. So now it becomes a different aspect. But at the end of the day, I'm used to it. I'll be like, no, I'm not rich. I'm drinking Bulgarian with you. I'm drinking Bulgarian with you. Yeah, that's kind of a drawback, I guess, right?
Yeah.
But it's part of the, it's part of the being American.
Okay.
Everybody just thinks we walk on streets of gold.
Yeah. But we considerably have way more because again, I'm Haitian as well, so definitely. I got a whole bunch of family in Haiti, man. Oh my, $300. What? That would change their life.
I think that's what people don't understand.
Yeah.
That certain amounts of money, depending where you are, make a big difference. Mm-hmm. Not just for that day, for that month, for that, or at least a couple of weeks. So people don't realize that depending on the amount of money, that can change a person's life.
Yeah.
And when people come, oh, so and so makes this, well, go to the country and see what the actual money is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because the money you think is nothing means something to somebody.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I think people have to understand that aspect. Country to country is different. How far the dollar goes, how far that amount of money you think isn't a lot of the money goes to each person.
Exactly.
Because like I said, there are places that are just really bad.
Really rough.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Places that I tell people, this should make you be proud. Like, I'm an American, okay? Yeah. And even I don't want to be an American no more. I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud how I grew up. Yeah. I grew up rough, but I've seen
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Way rougher. So at the end of the day, you got to appreciate where we come from and how we live.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a little different too, because again, every day I'm seeing it from a different perspective. I got cousins my age that's living here, living in Haiti, living in the Bahamas, and they wish they had my spot.
Facts.
So that makes me work even twice as harder. Facts. Because I'm like, dude, they were here, they would be killing it right now. So I got to make sure I work hard and I make sure I support them. So that's what some people kind of get, especially if you come to an island country or a South American country. When you date that person or you begin to start with that family, you will be helping out other family members.
Yes.
Because you are now 100%. The perceived breadwinner. You got to help out. I'll be helping out my grandma, my cousins, my aunts, and stuff that live here. And sit in bed back, give them food, pay for their groceries. But that's just something you're going to have to do. That's going to be... some people aren't used to that. They're just like, oh, this is my family. We done. Cut off your family.
Yeah. Nah, I'm just,
You get with that family. You're now going to the cookouts. You're going to reunions.
The entire party. Cousin, uncle, father, and the whole family.
Exactly. So everyone now knows you, and everyone will know you're the American in the family.
Just had the neighbor, the little girl, go, hey, Gregory. Hey. I was like, I've seen the little girl many times. I have no idea her name. I was like, hey, you good? It's like, I ain't getting no ice cream. I was like, oh, okay, give me some ice cream. Still don't know her name right now. Got her some ice cream. Like, just out of the blue. I was like, okay, let me give the little girl some ice cream.
No, that happens. That happens. But
you are the breadwinner for everyone.
Exactly.
And like I said, the money is not the biggest issue because a little bit of money helps out.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you giving millions of dollars. You helping here and there.
Like $100, $200. Like me, I took last week, or no, 3 months ago, I took all of my female cousins. We went to the nail salon. Mani pedis, everybody. There you go. That was 7 to 8 people. I think I paid like $130 US.
And that's a big deal.
That was huge. Deal. Oh my God, Cam took us out.
That's a big
deal. Took all of them out from the ages of 8 to 24.
Spa day.
Took them all out. Spa day. And it's just something like
that. I might have to steal that idea.
It's a great idea but back in the States, that's what, $60 per person.
Christ.
Here it costs me like $10 per person basically. And I gave the lady a tip, and I always go back there.
Stay tuned for Flip Flop Spa Day video.
That'll be hard.
I'm stealing the idea. I like it.
It's a great idea, and it's because it's something. It's thoughtful. And it's not like you just giving them money. It's like, hey, let's go experience. Then let's go get some money.
And get them nice and fresh for go out with something like that. That's cool. That's dope. I like that.
Yeah, good idea, right?
Great idea. I like that.
Y'all can steal that one.
I'm gonna have to cash out for that one.
So, hey, this is it for the interview. If you got any questions you want to ask me or anything like that.
Well, I'm just waiting for the video to come out, and I'm looking forward to doing more stuff with you, brother.
Hey, how old do you think I am, by the way?
I'm assuming you 25, 26?
24.
I'm pretty good at that.
Nah, because everyone sees me. Listen, I'm rough. I haven't gotten a haircut for a month.
I'll tell you one thing. You talk more maturely, though.
Okay.
And here's the thing. By your travels alone, but we had a little conversation yesterday. By your travels alone, I can tell you know what you're doing. You got your head on your shoulders, which is great. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you're not. I don't look my age, but I'm older.
Now, people see me, they're like, man, I thought you was 36. I'm like, damn, man, my hair like that. Dude, I'm going bald. Listen, I'm going to Turkey. I'm going to come back.
My man wanted me. I said, hey, I'm gonna with the ball head.
Nah, man, I can't do it. I'm gonna come back. My shit gonna be.
My man was like, let's go to Turkey for the hair implants. I said, that for what? Like,
nah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna come back. Hey, yo, listen. When you see me with my Rico Suave and my S,
I'm about to say, when you come out with some curls. Oh,
when I come out with curls looking like
that's a whole nother video right there.
It's over, man. Hey, but I appreciate you for your time.
Nah, bro, I appreciate you, brother. Definitely appreciate you, man.
I'll make sure I put everything down in the description. Make sure you guys come here, come to Flip Flops. Try the fish tacos. Those are my favorite I had yesterday. Those are the best. But hey, man, thank you again.
Appreciate you. You guys stay tuned for more. I know he's got more coming, so y'all stay tuned, Mr. Flip Flop. I'm out.
You guys have a good one. Peace.